That's the fella who complained to me. Oh, go on, Alan. Stop covering up child molesting. All we ask is when a little child gets up enough courage to be able to come to you elders to say that they've been molested, we ask that you don't sit them down in front of the guy who's molested them and ask them all those horrible questions. Yeah. Where's poor old Margaret? The Australian Royal Commission. They found out that Jehovah's Witnesses were covering up child molesting. Jehovah's Witnesses insist that when a little child is molested, Jehovah's Witnesses insist that it must have been witnessed by 2 Jehovah's Witnesses in good standing. And unless the molesting isn't witnessed by 2 Jehovah's Witnesses, the little child must be lying, and that she mustn't report it to the police. And when they do report it to the police, they disfellowship them. Yeah. All we ask is that when a little child gets enough courage to come to you witnesses to say that she's been molested, we ask that you Jehovah's Witness elders call the police. Inform social services when little children come up with complaints of being molested. Don't disfellowship them. Don't disfellowship young people because they report child molesting, so as they go off and kill themselves, cut them off from their mums and their dads. No, it isn't nice. It's not Christian. Please stop covering up child molesting. Where's poor old... Hello? Jehovah's Witnesses have been in trouble for covering up child molesting. It's about time it all stopped. When a little child comes crying to you that she's been molested by a fellow Jehovah's Witness, don't sit her down with the guy who's molested her and ask her where she was touched, how many times she was touched. Did she like it when she was touched? What colour knickers was she wearing when she was touched? And then after all that insist that she has 2 witnesses. And when she hasn't got 2 witnesses, you disfellowship them, don't you? Cut them off from mummy and daddy. Yeah. Stop covering up all this child molesting. Report it to the police. Report it to social services. Report it to the people who are responsible to look after little children. You're not making the world safe when you disfellowship child molesters and send them out into the community without informing the police. You're a danger to society when you send out known child molesters into the local community. Stop it. It's not right to send out child molesters to unsuspected people in the service. No. All we ask is that when a little child comes to you crying that they've been molested by a fellow Jehovah's Witness, we ask that you elders do the right thing. Phone the police. When Jesus said two witnesses, he was talking about a dispute, about money, about business. He wasn't discussing child molesting. No, Jesus wasn't discussing child molesting when he said, take along 1 or 2 more. You've quoted it out of context, can't you see that? Jesus said, take along 1 or 2 witnesses so as it can be confirmed. He wasn't discussing child molesting. No, he wasn't. He was discussing a dispute amongst brothers. Do the right thing. Report it to the police. Child molesting. It's a danger to little children. You're ruining little children's lives. Sitting them down in front of the man who's molested them and asking them where they were touched, how they were touched, did they enjoy it, and then you disfellowship them and they kill themselves because you stop them talking to their mum and their dad. You're blackmailing people to stay, because if they go, they lose all their family. Jehovah will cut them off. You're a doomsday cult. Look it up on the internet. Doomsday cult. Yeah. Look up doomsday cult. Yeah. Yeah. Stop covering up all this child molesting. They're little children. They're little Jehovah's Witness children. Protect them. When you get cases of child molesting, report it to the authorities. Report it to social services. Report it to the fire brigade. Report it to the police. Report it to anybody. But don't keep covering up child molesting. They're poor little children, Jehovah's Witness children. Don't keep covering it up. Did you know that some of the governing body were actual child molesters? Yeah, Jehovah's Witnesses governing body are actual child molesters. Yeah, child molesters on the governing body. Young Bethelites being raped at Bethel. Yeah, by factory overseers. Don't take our word for it. Go on YouTube. Oh, you're not allowed to go on YouTube, are you? You're not allowed to see what the world is saying about Jehovah's Witnesses, that they're covering up child molesting. Yeah. Jehovah's Witnesses are going broke. That's why he keeps asking for more money. There's more going out than there is coming in. Yeah, because they're having to pay all those child molesting cases for having ruined little children's lives. Yeah, poor little children of Jehovah's Witnesses getting raped. Yeah, getting raped by fellow Jehovah's Witnesses. And then the elders cutting them off. Yeah, cutting them off from their mum and dad and everyone they've ever known. Yeah. Hey, Jehovah's Witnesses in Holland are going through it, isn't it? And the Netherlands, they're cutting back, they're sorting out Jehovah's Witnesses. There's been hundreds of little children molested amongst Jehovah's Witnesses in the Netherlands. Yeah. All we ask is when a little child gets molested, they get enough courage to go up to the elders and report that they've been molested by a fellow Jehovah's Witness. We ask that you inform the police. Don't you elders take control of it. Don't you elders keep sweeping child molesting under the carpet. No, little children's lives are being ruined. Report it to the police. Report it to social services. They're little children of Jehovah's Witnesses. You elders are going to be held accountable, you know, for covering up all this child molesting. You know, when you sit that little child down and you ask her what colour knickers she had on and how did she feel when she was being molested by a fellow Jehovah's Witness, all those fine details were little children being molested, and you passed them on to the London Branch Committee. You've been passing around pornographic documents. Yeah, all you elders been passing around pornography. Yeah, that. Confidential details of little children being molested, being raped. Yeah. You know what they did in Manchester? They played it back. Yeah. The elders made the victim sit down and listen and to be interrogated by the man who had molested her. It's about time it stopped. We're fed up with it. Here lads, wait. They cover up child molesting, Jehovah's Witnesses. Little children's lives are being ruined. Yeah, little children's lives are being ruined. It's about time it stopped. The Australian Royal Commission. Go on. You can watch the internet. Go on the internet, the Australian Royal Commission, you elders are going to have to pay for covering up all that child molesting. Yeah, all those child molesting cases you swept under the carpet. You end up on the child sex offenders list for having covered up details of little children being molested. All we ask is that when a little child comes crying to you that they've been molested, all we ask is that you phone the police, stop covering up child molesting. You keep having asked for more money because you're having to pay all these sex cases in America and here. Hundreds of little children's lives, thousands of little children's lives are being ruined by you elders sweeping child molesting under the carpet. You elders are all going to be held responsible for covering up all that child molesting. You're going to have to pay for it. The governing body. Do you know that child molesters are actually on the governing body? Yeah, men, grown men who have raped little children. On the governing body. Yeah. You disfellowship people and they've gone off and killed themselves. Yeah. You elders you'll have to pay for it. You must reap what you sow. Remember, Jesus said that. What you reap, you must sow. Look at all that misery you've sown, disfellowshipping young people, cutting them off for their mums and their dads. Eh? Do you think you can get away with that in the eyes of God? I don't think so. Jehovah doesn't like all that. Covering up child molesting and that, yeah. They cover up child molesting. Oh, look, almost had an accident there. Look, oh, look, he's going to bully her to go quicker. Oh, very Christian behaviour that is. Very Christian behaviour. Stop covering up child molesting. That's all we ask. When a little child comes to you and tells you that they've been molested, all we ask is that you call the police. Call social services. Don't cover it up. Don't sweep it under the carpet. They're little children. You're ruining their lives. Stop ruining their lives. They're little children. All you elders who have swept all this child molesting under the carpet, you're gonna have to pay for it. Yeah. Hey, you elders, do you think the society's gonna come up with the money to help you elders? Oh, I don't think so. I think you'll have to sell your own houses and pay for all this covering up of child molesting that's been done. Stop covering up child molesting, that's all we asked. Jehovah's Witnesses are getting a bad name for covering up child molesting. Yeah, all those years of covering up child molesting and brainwashing their children, letting little children go to bed every night thinking that God's going to destroy them. That God's going to destroy them tomorrow for not having been good. Yeah. It causes mental illness. Keep telling children that God's going to destroy their family, all family members who aren't Jehovah's Witnesses. Unless you're a baptized witness, you'll not survive Armageddon. No. If you don't listen at meetings, you won't survive Armageddon. Causes mental illness in children. All this doom and gloom. Causes mental illness in little children, being told that everybody at school who doesn't worship Jehovah's going to be destroyed. It causes mental illness. It causes mental illness in grown-ups. Imagine what it does to all the poor little children. Eh? Where's all the money gone from the sale of the old Kingdom Hall? Eh? Where's the money gone? I'll tell you where it's gone. It's gone straight to America. To those child molesters who sit on the governing body. Yeah, child molesters on the governing body. Yeah, right at the very top. Child molesters. Don't take my word for it. Google it. Don't take my word for it. Google it. All that covering up of child molesting you done, all that sweeping it under the carpet, it must weigh heavy on your conscience. All those people you disfellowshipped and cut them off, tried to get them commit suicide, that must weigh heavy on your conscience. It causes mental illness, you know. Keep telling children, all the little children at school who don't worship Jehovah are going to be destroyed. It causes mental illness in children. It causes mental illness in grown-ups. Yeah. Stop covering up child molesting. Jehovah's Witnesses cover up child molesting. The Australian Royal Commission. Check it out. Jehovah's Witnesses regularly cover up child molesting. When a little child gets enough courage to be able to go up to the elders and say that they've been molested, do you know what the elders do? They sit that little child down in front of the guy who's molested her, then they ask her to go through the wicked ordeal. How many times she was touched? How did she feel when she was touched? Yeah, poor little children. Yeah. And then after all that, they ask if they've got 2 witnesses to having been molested by a fellow Jehovah's Witness. And when they haven't got 2 witnesses, do you know what they do? They disfellowship them. They cut them off from their mums and dads. And if they go to the police, they cut them off. Yeah, you're not allowed to report it to the police. No, don't want Jehovah's name dragged through the mud. Yeah. And the society in 1947, check it out in your old thingy, 1947, Jehovah's Witnesses did an article on excommunication. Yeah, Jehovah's Witnesses said that excommunication was unbiblical. Yeah, and it had pagan roots. And then a few years later they thought, oh no, it's a good idea. We can keep people in with this fellowshipping, excommunication in another name. Jehovah's Witnesses break up families. Jehovah gets enjoyment out of breaking up families. Yeah, because he's a devil. You're worshipping the devil. That's why you have to pass the bread and the wine, because it's a satanic mass, black mass. Why do you think they have to pass the wine? You're rejecting the blood of Jesus. You're rejecting the body of Christ. It's a satanic cult. They split up families and molest little children. Child molesters sit on the governing body. Don't take my word for it, Google it. Yeah. Jehovah's Witnesses regularly cover up child molesting, making it unsafe for little children. All we ask is that when you get complaints of child molesting, we ask that you please inform the police. Please inform social services. Don't sweep it under the carpet for the sake of the little children. Don't sweep it under the carpet, you elders. Don't disfellowship young people, cutting them off from everything, everybody and every friend they've ever known. What you doing? Cutting young people off from every friend and every person they've ever known. No wonder they go off and kill themselves. You're in a doomsday cult. You can't see it. How many people, whilst under brain mind control, can see it? You can't see it until you look outside. The society say don't look anywhere else, don't go on YouTube, don't go here, don't go there, because they know that if you do, you'll see the truth and that you've been taken for a ride. Do you ever feel like you've been cheated, eh? What, 40, 50 years? I got 35 years I lost, but I'm man enough to come out and say that I fell for it. I fell for the mind control. I wasn't told I wasn't told lies. I wasn't told about all the disfellowshipping. You changed the rules on blood. Yeah, it's wrong. All we ask is that you protect the children. When you get allegations of child molesting, phone the police, phone social services. Protect the little children. Don't sweep it under the carpet.